morning, guys. Welcome back to Hightop Sports. Oh, Billy Napier out there cooking today to land themselves a commit. You know what? I forgot something. Much better. Okay, here we go, guys. Welcome back to the show. Fantastic stuff. We're suited up here as we landed ourselves a commit from 2024. Big time stuff. DeAndre Robinson. We're going to talk all about it today. Let's dive right into it. All right, let's dive right into it, boys and girls. DeAndre Robinson, big-time commit, like we said. And here's what excites me. We've been talking about this. We spoke about this on Wednesday. We've been following him for quite some time. During his original announcement, when he actually did commit to Texas, we were following him. We had a watch party. We were ready for this young man to lock it in to be a Gator. And then everything fell through. Something to speak about, too. Again, at the time that he was going to commit to be a Gator, the entire coaching staff was much different. Shows that he was truly bought in. He really loved what the Gator Nation brought, loved what Austin Armstrong was bringing to him because he is committing to this team. And again, he just asked for his release of letter of intent to Texas just a few days ago. So really was bought in, again, to what Billy is building, what Florida is building. And it also speaks, again, I would say, to just recruiting in general. Nowadays, with how people can kind of weasel their way out of their letter of intent or hit the transfer portal, right? Having this good relationship, recruiting these guys extremely strong, extremely heavy, pays off in the long run. Just look at Isaiah Bond going to Texas. When the whole Alabama thing fell through, he immediately went to Texas, like where they picked up where they left off. So we may miss out on that first time through, but if we're able to have a really good connection, don't burn any bridges, things could open up for us the next year. And again, a lot of these guys may not see the field the very first year, so it's like, hey, they went and got paid from that one school, didn't really work out. We go, hey, come back. It's okay. We forgive you. So come hang out with the boys. All is good here on this side. So really excited to pick up DeAndre Robinson, about 6'4", I think 6'5", commit here. And DeAndre Robinson, 6'5", 315. He's a 252 ranked nationally player. Again, at a position where we've been thin. So love adding this depth to the table, especially we lost a few guys at the end there, Jamonte Waller and Amaris Williams and Nasir Johnson. Those are three defensive linemen that we lost this class. So to pick one up, we're headed back towards the positive direction for the defensive line class. We've got a big-time defensive lineman commit for 2025, five-star defensive lineman visiting this weekend. Again, that doesn't mean anything. Well, obviously we know that, but exciting to get top-tier talent on campus, see what Billy's able to do. Something also to note is what happened just recently today is crystal ball for Jameer Grimsley, another person who we heavily recruited, who we were heavily pursuing towards the last bit to the last hour here. And ultimately, he chose to go to Bama. And his reason for going to Bama, and he stated this in a quote saying, essentially, this is an exact quote, but hey, I'm choosing Bama because of things being locked in about, Saban's going to be there for a long time. I'm not sure about the future at Florida. Well, here we go. We saw how things unfolded at Alabama. He was unable to ask out of his letter of intent. He had to use a transfer portal. He is in the transfer portal. So I don't know if this is going to affect the recruiting class. I would think so. But he isn't like DeAndre Robinson, who got to remove out of his letter of intent and then go to sign with Florida. He had to actually enter into the transfer portal alongside their quarterback, Julian Sain, who also entered into the transfer portal today. So Bama continues to be a sinking ship, and everybody is leaving. Again, this is somebody who we heavily pursued. It was announced just yesterday that it is between LSU and Florida. He doesn't plan to make any visits, although he is looking to make a visit at LSU this weekend. Not sure if that's still happening, but it was announced that it could happen. The reason why LSU, obviously, Corey Raymond just got hired there as a DB coach. Clearly, he had a great relationship with Corey Raymond and Florida at Florida. So you would have to imagine that LSU has a strong pull there. Us being able to pull us off, again, shows that having a good recruiting cycle, a good relationship with these guys, and putting a lot of effort and love into them is really exciting. We obviously had the breakdown of the offensive line room where I kind of showed where we would be set going into this next season. I think the cornerback room is going to be another one. If we land Jameer Grimsley out of the portal, I guess you could say, we'll definitely have to take a look at that and see how the cornerback room will shape up with the addition if this were to happen with Jameer Grimsley. Now, the question that everybody's asking is, so where does this sit us? How are we looking now in this 2024 recruiting class? To keep this in mind, this recruiting class right here, this calculator has the transfer guys already added. So what I probably should do, so we can get a good idea of how the recruiting class is going to finish, not the overall class, is remove all of these young men from the overall score here. So that is what we're going to do. Okay, so now that all the transfers are removed, again, I don't know how Jameer Grimsley is going to fit into this, but we're going to assume he's part of the 2024 class. Again, we always want to, figure out how we finish. I think it's going to get us close to the top 10 for overall. That's including the transfer portal, which, look, I think that's going to have, we'll have to look at that more often now, just kind of overall, how is this class going into this year? But look, we'll take a look at this recruiting class. Let's go ahead and add the likes of DeAndre to this here. There we go. So that puts us at 262, which sets us at 15th currently. So that is where we actually are at 15th. Again, I think we were like 18 or something like that prior to. And if we do land Jameer Grimsley, that will put us at 267, which will put us just above Tennessee in the 13th spot. So we're still on the outside looking in for top 10 class. Maybe there's one more we could slide in there for maybe a Zay Mincy who was at Alabama. I don't know. The whole thing, what's happening here, it's absolutely wild how this thing is shaking up. Texas is over to 88 scholarships. Maybe one of the guys that we lost to them says, hey, this isn't what I was looking at, right? Can we, what's happening here? Maybe we lay in another one for National Signing Day that's coming up, the last one here in February, to get it in that top 10. Again, that makes a lot of people happy, being able to finish in the top 10 class. Again, semantics with, how the recruiting has shaken up. So we'll see how it plays out, but so far, love it. Big pickup here, a great addition to the room. How much of DeAndre Robinson will we see next year? Again, when we take a look at the defensive line room and we kind of shape all of it out, we'll see where he lands. It'll be interesting to see, but love it, excited. I'm ready for this season to turn around. What is good to see is the energy coming from Florida football on Twitter is starting to have a little bit of positivity in the right direction. So chess pieces are flying back and forth. If you know, you know. If you don't, you may have to hop on Twitter to stay on top of the madness that's happening every single day there. Hey, look for a live show later on tonight. Maybe we'll do a little celebration, a little call-in show, discuss the mayhem that has been thus far. If you guys want that, let me know in the comment section. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.